Hey guys, if you're just getting back into riding, or you're riding for fitness, or you've seen some guys doing wheelies and you want to learn how to ride wheelies, then this is the video for you. We're going to be taking a look at the 2021 version of the Sunday High C 29-inch BMX, and I have a lot of experience on the previous year model. I've ridden that one for about 1,500 miles, usually 10 to 12 miles a day after work, weather permitting. So I know pretty much how that bike feels. And here we can see the green 2021 version that I just purchased. So hope you enjoy the video. Today we're going to be talking about the SundayBikes 2021 High C Big BMX. And while it looks pretty similar to the 2020 version, there are some notable differences that make this a better bike to ride and a better bike for wheeling, whether you're just learning or you're experienced. So we're going to go through a couple of these changes, highlight them, and then try and understand if this could be the right bike for you to begin your bike life journey. The first thing you're going to notice with the 2021 High C is the matte army green paint scheme and the brown seat, as well as the 29-inch wheels, which are double wall and carrying Maxxis 29 by 2.1-inch torch tires. You can see they're pretty smooth, so high grip, very fast rolling, so low rolling resistance, but they're not that great off-road. The High C comes in two different color schemes. There's a green and then there's a red and orange two-tone, and both of the paint jobs are fantastic. The brown seat is also a very nice touch and really complements things. Additionally, and this is really the reason why I own a 2021 version as well as the 2020, is the main difference is the upgrade in the braking system. So whereas the 2020 version had a U brake or a 990 brake, the 2021 version is coming with a V brake. So there's a lot more adjustability, a lot more aftermarket support, and quite honestly, the feel and ability to modulate the rear brake, especially when you're doing wheelies, is just fantastic. So there's a lot more finesse and control you can apply with this new braking system on the 2021. New V-brake on the left and old U-brake on the right. Some other things that I liked about this bike that are different from the previous year are the addition of a quick release seat clamp so you can quickly adjust the height of the seat. And they also made the axle in the rear a little bit longer so that when you want to add wheelie pegs, those additional pegs to stand on, you can. One of the downsides to this bike, which continues from last year in my opinion, is the 13-tooth rear cog and the smaller traditional BMX type rear hub for the wheel. It's the smaller size M30, which means you can only change the rear freewheel size up to a maximum of 15 T. So for people like me that like to have a larger freewheel, you're limited in sizing in that regard because of the hub of the rear wheel. Fortunately, there are some aftermarket options from Origin 8 that makes a 15-tooth high engagement freewheel. I love the Hornet freewheel sound and the quick engagement. This is what it sounds like. Here's another difference from the previous year's model. There is a 27-tooth front sprocket versus the 30-tooth that was on the 2020 version. So the gearing is a little bit better for cruising around on the new bike. This is another change that I didn't quite realize at first when I was looking at the bike, but the pedals for 2021 are slightly larger than the 2020 version. Dimensionally, they're a little bit wider. So that gives you a bigger foot pad and hopefully a little bit more control. And then another difference that I noticed is the diameter of the seat stay is different than the previous year. That's in part due to the change that they made with the seat tube and the seat mount, which is different than the previous year. So they're not interchangeable, which I was hoping. But it's not a big deal because I don't plan to switch seats very often. And another truly great difference from the previous year are these beautiful handlebars. They just have a really, really nice bend to them. And they're coming in nice and wide at, I think it's 29 inches across. So it's a nice flat handlebar, and I like riding with it. One of the changes I made for my personal bike is I changed the grips simply because my bikes see a lot of sun, and these silicone grips are pretty resistant to UV and they don't get sticky the way traditional rubber grips do when they sit in the sun for too long. So, initial thoughts. I like the paint scheme. I like the gearing changes. I like the handlebar difference. I definitely love the brake. That's number one for me. And I've already got some upgrades planned for that in the future if I need them. And now let's see how well the bike rides. One thing I love about this bike, which hopefully you can see right here, is the 100% chromoly frame, fork, and handlebar. Now, I know that the SC bikes have aluminum frames and steel forks, and my forks were a little scratched up when I got this bike from City Grounds. I don't know why, and there's a small dent. But personally, I just love steel. I love the way the welds look, and knowing that I've got an all-steel bike just gives me a little bit more confidence for some reason, because I come down from wheelies pretty hard often. I'm not a great rider, and I just learned how to wheelie earlier this year on my 2020 bike, so I wanted something that was extremely durable, and that's why I chose the Sunday. I do wish that they were a little bit more invested onto the bike's life side of things, because every video I see is SE bikes left and right, and while they may have pioneered this, you know, the parent company of Sunday, Odyssey, has been doing BMX since 1985, so it should be a natural fit that they should be heavily involved in the scene. So See the water bottle? I love that I have a water bottle mount on this bike. Other bikes don't have that. What an awesome bike for wheeling. Feels like you can just pop into the pocket on the seat. Keep the center of gravity close. I don't know if it's partly due to the shorter handlebars that I'm used to, or the width. Not bad for a first ride on this bike. Alright, let's try it again. Good. Whew. Almost lost it. I like how easy it is to adjust the brake. Very easy to adjust. Do I like it? Yes. Do I love it? Almost. I'm getting there. I think once I change the gearing and the freewheel and get to a 2.0 or a 1.9 gear ratio, I'll be pretty stoked. I think I'm gonna switch the tires. Even though these are very light, I live in an area with a lot of thorns. I will upgrade the seat clamp because it feels a little weak. I've already twisted the seat a couple times just with pedaling. So lucky you guys, my GoPro ran out of batteries, but we're here continuing this review of the 2021 High C. And for the 29-inch, I think it's a fantastic bike. It comes in a bit cheaper than some of the other SE models. And for a full chromoly frame, fork, and handlebars, I really appreciate that. I love steel. I wish the rear hub and freewheel were different. This one feels a bit rough and notchy, and I'm not quite sure if it's the chain, but the chain is brand new, lubricated and adjusted, so not sure what's up with the freewheel. My previous experience on my 2020 bike was the freewheel kept slipping and I hurt my knee. So I upgraded the freewheel and I've been much happier since then. I live in an area with a lot of thorns, so I will probably be either adding some form of rubber strip in between the tube and the tire, or more than likely I'm going to change the tires for something with a little bit more side grip, because I do have to go off-road to get to my riding spots. I love the V-brake. Thank you, Sunday, for switching from the U-brake, which was very noisy and tricky to adjust, and just was not, it didn't give the right feel, right? It was more on-off. I definitely like the wider handlebars, and they've got such a great profile to them. I mean, look at that. That's a good looking set of handlebars right there. I just wish they were an inch taller, but having the handlebars short and the seat low keeps the center of gravity nice and tight, so it's more maneuverable when you're up in a wheelie. I will say that I don't like and appreciate the seat mount. It's kind of a cheap device, and I don't have the same adjustability or feel that I got out of the last one. But I do like the larger foot pedals. So I'll continue to give some riding footage and share my thoughts on the 2021 Model C. It's been a great bike so far. This is my first real ride with it, and I think we're about 5 miles in. So as we wrap this up, I just wanted to give an update on the rear brakes. You can see the tire with the white wall is the 2020 version, and the 2021 is showing a lot of wear on the brake rim. So just thought I'd point that out. It seems like the pad compound is a bit aggressive, and it totally cut through the black finish on the rear wheel. So I don't know if that is because the 2020 had more of an anodized finish and the 2021 has a black painted rim. It could be, that simple, or it could be that the braking force combined with the brake pad type of the 2021 is just that much more aggressive. So what I did was take off the Pro Max brake pad that came stock on the 2021, and I added some cool stop pads, and then I promptly got a flat tire because I mentioned something about the tires being susceptible to thorns. And at this point, I have just changed the tube last night, and I'll go back out for another ride today. So hopefully I will not experience the deep cuts from the brake pads going into the rear rim, and I will add a comment after this to the video before I upload it to YouTube. Thanks. Well, if you've made it this far, I just want to say thanks for watching, and please hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video about the 2021 SundayBikes High C. I definitely have enjoyed making the video, and I love riding my bike every day, so thanks to SundayBikes for putting it out there, and thanks to the bike life scene and all the positivity that I get. I especially like hearing cars honking when I'm screwing off, so thanks everyone, and keep on smiling.